Hello, hi, here we are again today. We're going to talk about James McNeill Whistler today, and we have a great project for you. And he largely did portraiture, so we're going to do portraits of the children. We're going to learn how to sketch, so every student will get their own portrait to do. And Whistler did portraits of people with very simple backgrounds. So here's what our portraits are going to more or less look like. Obviously, there'll be portraits of the students themselves, so they'll get to draw themselves. And this is an example of a finished product. And the way we do this is by taking a photocopy. We have photocopies of the students' photos for you, so you'll be able to pick them up out of the folder. And I would just check that you have a photo for each student, otherwise you can just print, take a picture of them or have the teacher do it and then just print it out on regular 8.5 by 11 computer paper. So once you get the photo, you're going to tape it to a sheet of vellum, which is this. It's just a very nice, expensive tracing paper. It'll hold the medium really well. We're going to work with colored pencils. And you're going to tape this down to your board for the student. You just cover it. Oops, sorry. Thank you. I'm going to take that to the board, and that way it won't move as we're tracing. And you start by using just a regular pencil that the students have, a number 2 pencil. Just make sure it's sharp. And as you can see through it quite easily. So we're going to have the students start concentrating on the outline. And the way to success with this is to have the students draw what they see rather than the shape they think it should be. If you're drawing a head shape, you think it's going to be circular or egg-shaped, but you need to follow the lines as you see them, and sometimes they don't look like what you think. The other thing to start asking, especially for older students, is have them look where are the shadows, the dark areas, and where are the highlights in their face and their clothing. And you want to have them fill in the shadows with their pencils just by coloring it in. And for the highlighted areas, the white and light areas, just leave it blank or very lightly trace around it with the pencil so that we can go back when we start adding color and putting white in there or lighter colors. And that's what we're going to start doing now, is just tracing around our figure. Helpful hints. So as you're drawing, sketching, you want to follow the outlines, and just where you see dark areas, start filling those in. And don't worry about making the shape. For instance, you don't want to draw the head all the way here. You want to go all the way around sort of the hair shape, even though it seems a little odd. And then always draw lightly, because you can go back over your lines and darken them, and that's true for coloring too. Or we have traced with our regular pencil and added all the shadows. So you can see you're going to slip a piece of white paper in, just so you can take a look and check at how your drawing is coming along. And once it's to the point where you're happy with it and it looks really good, you're going to take that, and this is where you want to flip your vellum over, so you can either flip it around to the other side of the board, or
it's really taped on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is taped really well. All right, so let's pick this up carefully. All right, and we're going to flip to the back here, so that we want to work on the other side of the vellum from what we've been working on. And if you want, you can slip a piece of white paper in there just to make sure you see really well. Although it looks like, yeah, there we go. And now, Jessica's going to start adding some color to her image. And so the way to be successful with shadows and highlights when we're adding color is to use, to pay attention again to the dark areas and to the light areas. And so we have our 2 darkest and lightest colors. We have black and white. So white for the lightest highlights and black for the darkest shadows. And then we have a whole range of tones with skin tones. So you can start with skin tones, and you want to be successful by picking the lightest shade, the lightest tone in the skin. Start with that. Color lightly, and then start building depth and layers by adding darker colors on top of that. So see where we've done that, we've added some, this is actually all skin tone, we've added dark and light, and you're going to have the student select a piece of construction paper. There are different shades of brown, and you can see as you slide it in, you'll be able to see where you've put white highlighter, and then dark, black shadows. And then here's the different tones. So we've used lighter and darker tones in the skin, lighter and darker tones on the hat and in the clothes. Now I'm going to flip this back over, and to finish it, that's what we're going to do, is select a piece of construction paper, brown, whichever the student chooses. And that is our finished look, and you just tape those together, and then they're ready for mounting and display. And here you can see, I think the color is a little better in there. Hi. For our K through 2 option, we have a slightly simpler option of we're going to colorize the photo of themselves. So you'll start it the same way, tape your vellum down over your photograph, your photocopy of a picture, and just have your students start coloring over, and make sure that your tape is really secure so that the papers don't move, because that would be the main thing that would mess up their drawing. And they're just going to start coloring in this black and white photograph so they can add color to it. And then if you flip it up, you'll see it's not colored, and down here it's colored. And again, have your check. You can see what it looks like. So here I've just added some color to this. And that's how we'll finish off the K through 2 project.